Okay, Paul here from Rotec. I'm hoping that people on the forums might be able to give me some help here. I'm scratching my head a bit as I have through this whole project. It's been a massive learning curve, built this CNC machine, or conversion anyway, with servos. And here's the general layout of the machine. It's been slowly evolving. I've got a pneumatic ram here for my anti-backlash spring on the Z axis, which works absolutely brilliantly as a regulator here. I can set the pressure on this piston, which is a simple ram I made myself out of some aluminium scrap. Got a servo here, of course, ball screw conversion. I've got a tooth belt in here and a tooth belt on the x-axis, and also one here on the y-axis. You notice I've retained all the handles so I can continue to use the machine in manual mode for making bits and pieces, or doing whatever. Anyway, so the guts of the machine is, I'll get to my problem in a minute. There's the Z servo there. So here's the control box, or well, I guess you'd call the control box, or whatever, cabinet. And inside here I've got all my drives, my drive cabinet. And you can see what I've got here is 3 servo drives and 1 closed loop stepper drive, which I use for the 4th axis. And then up here I've got smooth stepper USB, and then I've got a breakout board here connecting directly to the smooth stepper. Series of relays for various functions and power supplies. So the point I make here is I've got everything in this cabinet, and I want to keep it like that. I've got all my NOT plugs on the sides for my encoders, and my limit switches, and servo plug-in, servo connections from the control box, all on the outside panel here. And I don't really want to add any more crap if I can avoid it. Alright, so I'll just close this up. So that's the control cabinet there. Now the user, I used to use it on a laptop, which was perfectly fine, got it all working. And I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice to make a nice, slick, professional sort of looking operator's cabinet? And so I did. And it all worked great, and I've added some buttons here. I've got a touch screen, so it's pretty handy. You can avoid having to use a lot of buttons just by simply by actually using the touch screen. So I can move this up and down, I think. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, there it goes. And you can hit the reset button, and all of these things work very well. Anyway, so I've got some buttons here, basically cycle start, feed hold, cycle stop. This is going to be my, well, it is working. This is my jog. This is my Z axis up and down. I haven't put all the decals on, or I haven't put any decals on yet. So this is my rotary table, plus and minus direction. Got a USB connection, PC start, emergency stop. I've got an MPG here, and these are going to be the various selectors for the axis and resolution. And perhaps this will be my step modes. That's about it. I've got a keyboard here, USB keyboard, which I attached. Worked out really well. On the side here, this is what's causing me the problem, is my remote MPEG. Now, I have got a USB MPEG, but I don't particularly like it. I don't think it's very professional, so I've got a wired one here. And it's pretty simple, and it's got the typical selectors for resolution and axis, 4-axis, emergency stop. Now, to my problem. What I've done is, I want to keep things nice and simple, so I'll just open this up. So what I've done is, I've put the PC actually in this box with its power supply, and there's my Pokeys, some buses and some terminal blocks, and all my switches. But there's my Pokeys. It's a 57E Ethernet, and it works. It works fine. I'm managing. I've got the plug-in working. But the question I want to ask people out there is, can I connect this MPEG and wire this pulse wheel directly to the Pokeys circuit board using the terminal blocks on the Pokeys 57E? And if so, how do I do it? Because I am absolutely scratching my head. I don't particularly want to buy another interface, and I don't want to run any more wires through this column down to the main servo drive cabinet. At the moment, all I've got running out of there is a USB cable. It's brilliant. Just plug it straight in here and I'm done. I don't really want to run a wiring loom because then I've got to add more plugs and sockets on the side of this cabinet. And I don't think I need to. I think it can all be done in here because the PC is in here and so is the Pokeys. And of course got the wiring coming up through here, and I have wired it in, but I can't seem to get it to work. I'm having trouble with the brains. I can't get anything to work on this thing here at all. And I was wondering if somebody out there knew how to set it up. So I'm at a bit of a loss. I mean, I can go in here, close this chunk. It's hanging everywhere. So I can go to the Pokeys setup. And connect to my Pokeys 56E, connect. You can see there's all my setups there. And I've got the MPG selected on pins 23 and 24, and you can see I've got encoder set, channel A, digital input, and it sort of all works. You go to 24, again encoder, now channel B, digital input, and it's there. When I go to peripherals, I think it is, or is it? Raw encoder values. It's moving, see? When I move the encoder, it's working. Now my question is, how do I now set that up in Mac so it drives the actual servos? I'm at a bit of a loss to work out the ports and pins. So someone out there might be able to advise me and maybe able to help me with the brain. I could do it with the brain myself. Thanks.